Oops, sorry, my mic was muted. But this hand looks good here. Do we want a force of will? How much did our opponent mulligan? Let's check real quick. They mulled to 6. I think we can get away with a force of will here. We're going to be able to cast turn 1 Thoughtcast on the play, so then we'll have a turn 2. Or we'll have a mental misstep for their turn 1 play, is what I meant to say. I don't know if Mana Volt or Top is actually better here, but we'll misstep either one so that we can Thoughtcast for 1 mana. Alright, looks like it's all going to resolve. This hand's pretty busted. Especially off of a mulligan. I'm unmuted, right? Yes, I am. Alright, so Force of Will and Tundra. Sure, we'll play the Tundra so that we can spin the top. We're not going to flip the top into anything. So we'll just pass the turn here. We might spin top in response to my opponent casting something. Alright, they end the turn. Let's take a look. Alright, outcome seems great. Let's put this on top, then this on top, and then outcome on top. Sounds good. We're finally going to get to do the hold priority play that I was talking about earlier. Lost the flip, but that shouldn't be a big deal. Alright, so let's hold priority, flipping our top. And then let's cast outcome, targeting everything. Did we target the top too? Yes. Okay, cool. So a few mana floating. Let's cast Paradoxical Outcome to draw 5 cards here. Pretty busted. My opponent is going to maybe Ancestral in response or Brainstorm in response. Or is this just a Flusterstorm? Can pay for a Flusterstorm. I have 2 mana floating. They're going to Brainstorm in response. So I could mental misstep this here. I'm just going to pitch my... If this was an Ancestral, I would have misstepped. But we're just going to Force of Will whatever they find. If my opponent finds 2 Force of Wills off this Brainstorm, you know, it's a little bit unlucky. But that's worth not committing to. And it looks like it is just going to resolve here. Oh, no. We have to pass priority still. Oh, it is going to resolve, and then we draw a card for top. And what do we get from that? We get another mental misstep. So we can Brainstorm now, and now is going to be the best time to do so. Sure. So just looking for a Monastery Mentor at this point. Probably put back both of our lands, especially if we can hit a fetch land here. They're going to misstep. I'll misstep back. Oh yeah, that would have been real bad. Don't see that many misstep battles over Brainstorm in this format, but we might see a big misstep battle here. I'm going to misstep again if my opponent missteps. I mean, I don't have anything else to do, and I can still hardcast this Force of Will. Let's let this first misstep resolve. Oh shit, they were targeting my Brainstorm. Oh, I'm an idiot. Well, you know what? We still have top. Let's play and spin top. Let's actually play Soul Ring and then spin top. Right? Yeah. So we have another outcome. That's going to be good enough. So let's just dump our hand and try again. What's up, Kaleri? How you doing, my man? I didn't think I had mana floating, but whatever. Still haven't hit our land drop for the turn. Let's draw 4 cards first. Two colorless floating again. Sounds good to me. How close are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're pretty close to cruising here. Can we exile Lotus? And then it's only going to cost us 2 mana to cruise. Is that better than just spinning top first? Yeah, it probably is. Alright, so let's crack Lotus. Let's just crack it for blue mana. That's fine. And then let's cruise all of these cards away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pay a colorless and a blue. Alright, I can Merchant Scroll for another outcome here. It seems like it's probably the play. This outcome can draw us 5 cards, so let's go Merchant Scroll. Get another Paradoxical outcome. Then let's dump our hand again. This is crazy. Oops. That's fine. That was a little bit of a mistake there. We lost a blue mana. Alright, so let's flip top, holding priority. Then let's outcome everything. Alright, did we get a Monastery Mentor this time around? No, but we got some Thought Casts. Oh, we also get to draw the card off top. Still no Monastery Mentor. Let's dump our hand here. See, that time it asked us what colorless mana we wanted to use. I guess because we had 2 mana floating. That's the difference. So, before we Thought Cast, we could Mystical Tutor. But what does that give us? If we Mystical Tutor and then Thought Cast, that uses up all of our blue mana. I'm kind of just trying to find Tolarian Academy right now, I think. Let's just cast Thought Cast. Or like a Mock Sapphire. Drew another top. Preordain actually digs us the most cards deeper. Let's spin top first, I suppose. We've got a lot of extra colorless mana. We really want to find Academy here. Alright, well, Hercules can generate some mana. And it also generates some cards. Yeah, I guess we'll do Hercules, because that's a break-even. Let's put that on top, and then draw Hercules. Yeah, okay. We want to play Tundra here, not Seat of the Synod. It's a pretty big difference, actually. Alright, and then I'm going to flip top, holding priority, Hercules myself, still hold priority, so that I can generate mana here. Alright. I'm going to pick up all of these. I'm going to draw the other top. That's going to let us see one more card deeper into the deck. So now I'm going to play top, spin top. It's also going to give us another blue mana. Oh, you know what? I want to use No, let's spin top here. Like I said, we've got a lot of colorless mana to use. To make use of. Dig Through Time doesn't work. Mox Pearl doesn't work. Yeah. Dig Through Time is the only new card that we're seeing here. Mox Pearl's probably fine. No, we're going to scribe Mox Pearl and Flooded Strand to the bottom. Alright, let's figure this out here. Do definitely need to watch my clock now, but this is pretty crazy. So yeah, now let's preordain. We're gonna go bottom, bottom, draw, Dig Through Time. Sounds good, and then we'll move to discard here, and we're just gonna bin a bunch of Seat of the Synods and some more cards too. Thoughtcast is still pretty good. We have to discard 2 more cards. Mystical Tutor's good. It's going to find us the Time Walk, which wins us the game. Dig Through Time finds us the Mentor, so we need that. I guess I don't actually need Thoughtcast. It'll let us cast Mystical Tutor. No, it won't actually. Next turn, we're just casting Dig Through Time, Mentor, Mystical Tutor. Yeah, okay, I don't need Thoughtcast. Need to discard 1 more card. Let's just discard Mental Misstep. My opponent already used 2 Mental Missteps. It's somewhat unlikely we're going to need to use another one here. So this is a draw 3 for my opponent. I'm just going to let them draw 3. That's fine. Alrighty. Lost the flip, so we're down to 12. That's fine. Not going to pay for that. Let's just cast a Dig Through Time, and let's exile all this shit. That's fine. I do have a Snapcaster in this deck, so I should pay a little bit of attention to what I keep in my graveyard. Yeah, I guess we get kind of punished if we find a Snapcaster here, but Monastery Mentor was really all we're looking for, and then what's better, Emerald or Opal? I think Emerald at this point. I'm just going to make a bunch of monks here and then have Force of Will back up. I do want to take a look at the top 3 cards first to see if we can find the Time Walk. All right. Oh, I could have actually flipped top into Time Walk. That's right. Right. Okay, so this is a win here. We just flip top, draw Time Walk, flip top, draw top, replay top, and then we just keep doing this. We're going to make a bunch of... Oops. I'm going to make a bunch of monk tokens and then time walk at the end of this. Probably if I just show my opponent the time walk here, they'll concede. But they don't have to concede because we only have 11 minutes left. Alright, I gotta play this a little bit faster now. Alrighty, so this is the deck's like full combo. Outcome a bunch and then mentor, flip your tops, and time walk. Let's move into our extra turn. Alright, lost the flip again. Opponent put us down to 9 with doing nothing. They're just trying to run out our clock here, though. That's fine. That should be enough, right? 15? Yeah. Cool. All right, game 2. 10 minutes left. Used up a little bit of it before getting here. All right, so I like to board out Mystical Tutor. The negative card advantage is generally not great, and I like Flusterstorm and Brain Freeze. Bring in all the storm cards. And I guess at that point we're just boarding out a Preordain. Definitely don't want to lose an Outcome or a Thoughtcast. Think we might also want Balance. I think it's pretty likely that my opponent is playing a Monastery Mentor deck. So at that point we're cutting 2 Preordains and a Mystical Tutor. Could also keep in a Preordain and cut a Force of Will, but this deck is so light on counter magic that I think we need to play all the counter magic that we have. Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's cut Hercules. That sounds good. For on the mirror, it's even still fine. This seems great. Alright, we'll have to make sure I am playing super quickly here for round 4 to complete this. So we have Metalcraft. Won't be able to do anything turn 1 other than spin top, but I'm still going to keep our opponent mulligans to 6 here. They've mulliganed to 5. Well, that's good because we have a mental misstep in our hand. The Brain Freeze might be a dead card. All right, they kept their 5-card hand, and we have a hand resilient to Wasteland. Sounds good to me. Though if I draw a land, I guess I could go get an island here then. Sure. I think I'd just go get Island and then cast Thoughtcast. Sure, I'll probe you. If I hit another Moxen, I can spin my top. A bunch of Stony Silences and Force of Will, but no mana to cast them. Alright, that's pretty scary. Stony Silence, Mana Drain, and Force of Will. That Mana Drain is getting pitched to Force of Will. But we need to find another Force before they hit a white source. Yikes. Fairy Conclave. Alright, Fairy Conclave is fine. I've never been happier to see a Fairy Conclave. I probably should have stopped on my upkeep. Oh, another Force of Will. Wow, that's fantastic. I'm too short to actually cast this Treasure Cruise here. I could Brain Freeze myself as a Dark Ritual. I might do that. I'm going to spin top end of turn, and if I don't like what I see, I'm going to Brain Freeze myself. But there's no reason to top right now. Okay. So here we go. Little bit of a counter war now. Stony Silence, I'm going to Force of Will, they're going to Force of Will, I'm going to Force of Will, and then next turn they're going to play another Stony Silence. So this is a little bit scary. Yeah, we have to force this. And we're going to just pitch Brainstorm, or Brain Freeze, rather. Right off the bat. I might look for Flusterstorm in response to their Force of Will here. They actually have a decision to make if they want to pitch their Mana Drain. They decide that they want to hang on to Mana Drain. Makes sense. I'm going to take a peek. End of turn here. I can Thoughtcast. I can also Merchant Scroll for Ancestral. Seems like it's probably the best. Yeah, Thoughtcast just draws me Merchant Scroll and Dig Through Time. So let's play Merchant Scroll next turn. Merchant Scroll. Grab an Ancestral. Ancestral ourselves. And we kind of need to find another Force of Will here still, or we might be boned. Monastery Mentor and some mana might also be good. Huh, they're going to force here, pitching their Mana Drain. That's fine. I want to counter their Stony Silence. I have a Treasure Cruise here. I'm not worried about fighting over card advantage. I want to fight over the cards that matter and just know that I'm going to win on the card advantage front. We're going to pitch Mental Misstep here. If they drew exactly Flusterstorm, we're boned. If they drew Mana Drain, my opponent might wait another second to see if they can hit a 4th land drop. Nope, just a library. And then they're going to run out their Stony Silence. And I'm going to force that. I believe pitching Mental Misstep, yeah, I'm going to win the card advantage fight here. So let's counter this. This might just prompt a concession from my opponent as well. Nope, they're gonna hang onto it for a second. We've got 7 cards in the graveyard. I can keep Ancestral in my graveyard if I throw away a Mox Opal. Nah, I'm not willing to do that just yet. Let's just exile our graveyard here. Alright, Flusterstorm, outcome, Mental Misstep. Flusterstorm's pretty sweet. I think I might just Time Walk here and then spin top on upkeep. I also don't have to spin top. I can just outcome for 3. Outcome for 3 is actually probably good enough. Alright, let's Time Walk here. Actually, do I even need to Time Walk? No, my opponent's hellbent. They're going to get to hit us with a Fairy Conclave, and that's it. Let's just pass turn. Now, if they have another Stony Silence or like a Jace the Mind Sculptor off the top, that could be a little bit awkward, but maybe they'll just have something we can Flusterstorm, like a tap out for Treasure Cruise or Dig Through Time. Oh, looks like we might be seeing a Treasure Cruise here. If this is something that they've got to pay awkward mana costs for. Nope, they're just activating Fairy Conclave. Alright, well that I can take. In an 8-turn clock, I am not too scared about that. I am more concerned about our 6-minute clock than our 8-turn clock for my opponent. Let's look at the top 3 cards end of turn. Thoughtcast another Mox Opal. Thoughtcast is good. It's a draw 2. I don't really want to draw the Mox Opal, though, so I could Preordain. I guess it actually generates a free mana. That's fine. I'll Thoughtcast into Mox Opal Preordain. Doesn't actually do anything. But it digs us a little bit deeper into the deck. Alrighty, so we're looking for Real Moxen and Monastery Mentor. They're going to misstep here. I'll misstep back, I think. Might have to watch my life total at some point, but that gets a card out of their hand and not out of ours. All right, Tolarian Academy. That is pretty sick. We're only going to get to use it once. That's not true. We could use it twice if we time walk. That seems pretty good. Let's just time walk, spin top. Next turn we'll untap with Outcome and Tolarian Academy. Do I want Dig Through Time? No, I just want Mox Jet, right? Alright, Time Walk. Most pressing thing, definitely the clock here. Mox Jet. Let's hang on from cracking this Academy right this second. Alright, and there's a Mentor. So that'll be enough. We have also Snapcaster Mage for Time Walk here too. This will be enough. Yeah, we win the game right now. Always yield, always yield. Keep this one. Yeah, I think we can just go for this here. Yeah, Snapcaster Time Walk. Cast this Opal, keeping the untapped Opal, casting top off the Opal, flipping the top. Alrighty, let's move into our third consecutive turn here now. We'll draw top. We'll cast it. Get a bunch of prowess triggers. I'm not sure how many we need, but we'll definitely be able to do this in 3 minutes here. We will flip top holding priority, and then we will outcome. And typically what you do here too is you even return your Snapcaster Mages so that you can keep going. I'm not going to do that here. So that I don't use up all of my mana. Or sorry, that's not what I meant to say. I just want more power on the board because the only thing that we really care about is the clock. Opponent has 0 cards in hand. Library of Alexandria is the only card that they have. So we get to play all these cards if we want to, but we don't really even have to. We are perfectly fine. This is definitely lethal at this point. I'm just going to spend my floating mana here. And then I'm going to turn my team sideways. Alright, well that was a pretty good showing for this deck, for sure. Want both of those cards as well. Mox Sapphire is pretty insane. Smack my opponent for a whole bunch of damages. That was Paradox Mentor in quite the match here. So I will see you guys for round 5.